Ever wondered why leaves change color in fall? Let me break it down. It's science, and it's beautiful. During spring and summer, leaves are green because of chlorophyll, the pigment that helps trees make food from sunlight. But in fall, the days get shorter, and trees stop making chlorophyll. When the green fades, other pigments hidden in the leaves take over. Carotenoids make yellows and oranges, and anthocyanins bring out reds and purples. It's like a tree's secret rainbow. Trees are getting ready for winter. By shedding their leaves, they save energy and protect themselves from freezing. It's their version of hibernation. Fun fact: the intensity of fall colors depends on the weather. Sunny days and chilly nights make the reds brighter. So if you love vibrant leaves, thank the weather. So, the next time you see fall leaves, remember, it's not just pretty. It's a survival strategy and a science experiment happening right in front of you. What's your favorite fall color? Red, orange, or yellow? Let me know in the comments. Ever wonder why we keep changing the clocks twice a year? What's the deal with daylight saving time? Let me explain. Daylight saving time was first introduced during World War I to save energy. The idea was that by shifting the clocks forward in the summer, we could make better use of daylight and save fuel. The idea actually came from Benjamin Franklin in 1784, but he was not taken seriously. And here's a fun fact: not every country changes their clocks. In fact, most places near the equator don't bother with DST because they get the same amount of daylight year-round. Now here's where it gets tricky. Not all places in the same country even follow it. For example, in the US, states like Hawaii and most of Arizona don't change their clocks. Do you love or hate the clock change? Let me know in the comments. Ever wonder what your cat's tail is trying to tell you? It's basically their secret language. Let's decode it, so you never misread your cat again. If your cat's tail is straight up with a little curve at the tip, congrats! Your cat is happy and feels safe. It's like a cat version of a smile. And if the tail vibrates, that's next-level excitement. Usually when they greet you, a slow-moving tail. That means your cat is focused, probably hunting or plotting world domination. But if the tail starts flicking sharply back and forth, watch out. This means I'm annoyed, don't touch me. Ignore it, and you might get a scratch. You've seen this one. Your cat suddenly looks like a Halloween decoration. This is a fear response. They puff up to look bigger, like a tiny lion defending its kingdom. If your cat wraps its tail around you or another cat, that's their version of a hug. It's a sign of love and trust. So if your cat does this, congrats. You're officially their favorite human. Now you know how to read your cat's tail like a pro. What's your cat's go-to tail move? Tell me in the comments. Like and subscribe for more cat secrets. Ever wonder what's going on under your skin when you flex? Let's dive into the magic of muscles. Your muscles are made up of thousands of tiny fibers, bundled together. They contract and relax to create movement. There are over 600 muscles in your body, from the ones in your arms and legs to some you might not even think about, like the ones that help you blink or smile. But not all muscles are equal. The strongest muscle, pound for pound, is your masseter, the jaw muscle. And here's a fun fact. Muscles don't actually push, they can only pull. When you push something, your muscles are pulling on your bones. Speaking of bones, your muscles are attached to them by tendons, which are like super strong ropes. Without them, you'd be a floppy noodle. Why do cats need? It's not just a cute habit. It's a fascinating mix of instinct, love, and history. Let me break it down for you. Kneading starts in kittenhood. It helps stimulate milk flow while nursing, but cats keep doing it as a comforting behavior, like their own version of a childhood blanket. Cats have scent glands in their paw pads. When they need, they're leaving their unique scent behind, claiming you, the blanket, or even the couch as theirs. In the wild, cats need grass to create a soft, cozy bed. Your fluffy blanket is just the modern upgrade of nature's grass bed. Kneading on you is the ultimate compliment. It means your cat feels safe, happy, and totally in love with you. Basically, you're their favorite pillow. Kneading might also be linked to their wild ancestors. Big cats like lions and tigers knead the ground to check if it's stable, an instinct passed down to your little fur ball. Ever notice those claws coming out during kneading? It's not on purpose. It's just part of the reflex. But yes, it can feel like acupuncture. Kneading is also how cats relax. It releases stress and makes them feel calm. Think of it as their version of yoga. So, next time your cat needs, don't interrupt. They're bonding with you, marking their territory, or just unwinding in their own adorable way. Ever feel like you're in a spooky movie when you step outside and it's foggy? Well, here's what's really going on. Fog forms when warm, moist air meets cooler ground or water. It's basically a cloud, but on the ground. And just like clouds, fog is made of tiny water droplets hanging in the air. And get this, there are different types of fog. For example, radiation fog happens when the ground cools quickly at night, while advection fog occurs when warm air moves over cooler surfaces. But did you know fog can be helpful too? In some places, people use nets to catch fog and collect drinking water from the tiny droplets. So if you've ever blamed fog for being late to work, just tell your boss it was advection fog. Sounds scientific. Think owls are just cute and spooky? Here are some amazing owl facts that'll blow your mind. Owls have hearing so sharp, they can hear a mouse move from across a football field. They use their facial discs, those feathers around their faces, to channel sound right to their ears. They can see in almost total darkness. Their eyes are tube-shaped, which lets them focus on even the faintest movement. But fun fact, their eyes don't actually move. Because their eyes don't move, owls can turn their heads almost all the way around, 270 degrees. That's like turning your head to look directly behind you. Many owls blend into their surroundings perfectly, looking like tree bark or leaves. So next time you're in the woods, you might be staring right at one without even realizing it. Ever wonder why cats meow? It's not just because they're cute. Cats actually developed meowing as a way to communicate with humans. In the wild, cats don't meow to each other. It's a special language just for us. Each cat develops its own set of sounds that it uses to get your attention, whether it's for food, play, or just a little affection. A cat's purr has healing properties. The vibrations from purring, typically between 25 to 150 hertz, are believed to promote tissue regeneration and bone healing, both for the cat and even for humans nearby. So, the next time your cat meows, remember, they're talking to you, and only you. What's your cat trying to tell you? Have you ever wondered why flamingos are pink? Well, here's the cool part. Flamingos are born with gray feathers. They only turn pink because of their diet. They eat algae and tiny shrimp, which are rich in pigments called carotenoids. These pigments are absorbed into their feathers, skin, and beak, gradually turning them that iconic pink color. Flamingos often stand on one leg to conserve body heat. Scientists believe this behavior helps reduce muscle fatigue and maintain balance while they wade in cold water. A group of flamingos is called a flamboyance. It's fitting because of their bright, flashy appearance and social nature. So next time you see a flamingo, just remember they're pink because of what they eat. Would you want to turn pink if you ate shrimp? Thanks for watching. Christmas trees are everywhere during the holidays. But have you ever wondered where this tradition comes from? Here are some festive tree facts. The tradition started way before Christmas. Ancient Egyptians and Romans used evergreen branches to symbolize eternal life during winter celebrations. The first decorated Christmas tree was in 16th century Germany. People used apples, nuts, and even candles. Imagine the fire hazard. The tallest Christmas tree ever was in Seattle, USA, in 1950. It was over 67 meters tall. That's as high as a 20-story building. The first Christmas tree in the White House was in 1856. But get this, it wasn't even decorated. They just put it up as a symbol. Christmas trees are more than just decorations. They're full of history, culture, and fun. Bumblebees. Fluffy, cute, and absolute powerhouses of nature. But did you know they shouldn't be able to fly? Or that they have electrified fur? Let's dive into the incredible life of bumblebees. Scientists once thought bumblebees defied physics because their wings are too small for their bodies. But here's the secret. They flap them in a figure-8 motion, creating mini tornadoes of air that lift them up. Bumblebees have electrically charged fur. When they fly, they build up a static charge that makes pollen stick to them like a magnet. That's how they pollinate plants so efficiently. Unlike other bees, bumblebees can shiver to warm up their flight muscles. That's why they're one of the only bees that can fly in cold weather. They may look soft, but these little tanks are strong. A bumblebee can carry its own weight in nectar. Imagine lifting your own body weight in groceries. Every winter, all the bumblebees in a colony die, except for the queen. In spring, she wakes up alone and starts a whole new colony by herself. So next time you see a bumblebee, remember, it's not just cute, it's a tiny superhero. What's your favorite bee fact? Sharks can regrow teeth their entire lives, so why do humans only get 2 sets? Humans grow 20 baby teeth and then 32 adult teeth. But after that, that's it. Why? Because our tooth regeneration system shuts down after the second set. Inside your gums, you actually start with tiny structures called tooth buds. They control the formation of baby and adult teeth, and once they're used up, they're gone. Sharks? They've got infinite tooth buds on standby. Evolution gave them the dental jackpot. Back in the caveman days, people didn't live long enough to need more than 2 sets. And modern dental hygiene? Not a thing. Most people lost teeth before old age, so evolution didn't waste energy on a backup system. Scientists are studying tooth regeneration in fish and mice. And there's hope. One day, we might use stem cells to grow new human teeth. So until science catches up, maybe don't open bottles with your mouth. Subscribe for more weird science that'll make you smile with all your teeth. This building is nearly 2,000 years old, and its dome is still the largest unreinforced concrete dome in the world. How did the Romans pull this off? The Pantheon in Rome was completed around 126 AD under Emperor Hadrian. Originally built as a temple to all Roman gods, its name literally means pan, all, theos, gods. The dome is 43.3 meters wide. That's the exact height from the floor to the oculus, making a perfect sphere. No steel, no rebar, just Roman concrete. And genius. The secret? The Romans used lighter materials near the top, like pumice, and thicker, heavier ones at the bottom. Plus, they built coffered ceilings to reduce weight. The hole at the top, called the oculus, is the building's only source of natural light. And yes, it rains inside. But the floor? Designed with hidden drainage that still works today, it became a Christian church in 609 AD, which is one reason it's still standing. That switch literally saved it from destruction during the Middle Ages. The Pantheon inspired countless buildings, including the U.S. Capitol and the Paris Pantheon. Oh, and Raphael the painter, buried inside. Yep, it's also a tomb. Think about this. Modern engineers still study this dome to figure out how it's lasted 2,000 years. No blueprints, just brilliance. New York City isn't just a city, it's an architectural timeline. Let's explore its fascinating history in 60 seconds. Back in the 1800s, NYC was all about brownstones. These elegant row houses were made from brown sandstone and still define neighborhoods like Harlem and Brooklyn today. In the early 1900s, NYC reached for the skies. The Flatiron Building, completed in 1902, was one of the first skyscrapers. Fun fact, people thought it was so sharp it might cut the wind. The 1920s and 30s brought the iconic Art Deco style. The Chrysler Building's shimmering spire, pure Gatsby energy. And the Empire State Building, built in just 410 days. Fast forward to today, and we've got glass giants like One World Trade Center. But did you know it's designed to reflect the sky as a symbol of hope and resilience? What makes New York City unique? Its mix. A 19th century brownstone can sit right next to a 21st century skyscraper. It's history, art, and ambition, all in one city. So next time you look at NYC's skyline, remember, every building has a story. What's your favorite New York City landmark? German shepherds, police dogs, war heroes, even movie stars. But did you know they were once nearly banned? The breed began in Germany in the late 1800s. A man named Max von Stephanitz wanted the perfect herding dog. Smart, loyal, and strong. In 1899, he found one at a dog show, bought it on the spot. That dog, Horand, became the very first German shepherd. They didn't stay on farms for long. By World War I, German shepherds were delivering messages, rescuing wounded soldiers, and detecting mines. Their loyalty and intelligence made them wartime legends. One German shepherd even became a movie star. He was rescued from a World War I battlefield, brought to Hollywood, and starred in over 25 films in the 1920s. After World War I, German shepherds weren't popular in Allied countries, so in the UK, they were renamed Alsatians to avoid the German association. The name stuck for decades. German shepherds can learn hundreds of commands, sniff out diseases, and even detect human emotions. They're the go-to for police canines, guide dogs, military units. Basically, the superheroes of the dog world. But beyond their jobs, they're also loving family dogs. Highly trainable, loyal to a fault, and protective. But yeah, you'd better socialize them early. From battlefield to backyard, German shepherds have an epic history and an even bigger heart. Subscribe for more awesome animal history. Why do cats rub against you? Is it love, or are they up to something? Let's find out. When a cat rubs against you, they're marking you as theirs. Cats have scent glands on their cheeks, and they leave their scent to say, "This human belongs to me." But it's not just about territory. Rubbing is also a way for cats to show affection. It's their version of a hug or a handshake. In the wild, cats rub against each other to create a group scent. When they rub on you, they're saying, "You're part of my family now." And sometimes, let's be honest, they just want something. If your cat gets extra cuddly before mealtime, it's their polite way of saying, "Feed me, human." Interestingly, rubbing can also be a stress relief method for cats. If they're feeling anxious, rubbing helps them feel grounded and secure. Ultimately, rubbing is how cats communicate. They don't speak human, so every headbutt, nudge, or tail brush is their way of talking to us. Does your cat do this too? Share your favorite cat moment in the comments.
Think you know Cosmos? Think again. Here are 10 insane facts about cosmos that'll leave you speechless. Number 10, the sun is massive. The sun makes up 99.8% of the entire mass of our solar system. It's so big you could fit 1.3 million Earths inside it. Number 9, a day on Venus is longer than a year. Venus takes 243 Earth days to rotate once, but only 225 to orbit the sun. Number 8, floating water in space. There's a giant floating cloud of water vapor in space, enough to fill 140 trillion Earth oceans. It's 12 billion light years away, though, so no quick trips. Number 7, the moon is moving away. Each year, the moon drifts 4 centimeters away from Earth. Millions of years from now, no more total eclipses. Enjoy them while they last. Number 6, Voyager 1 is the most distant man-made object in space. It's 14.8 billion miles from Earth. That's so far, it takes over 22 hours for its messages to reach us. Number 5, space smells funky. Astronauts say space smells like seared steak, welding fumes, and burnt metal. Number 4, a planet made of diamonds. 55 Cancri E is a planet twice the size of Earth, and it's made of diamonds. Number 3, space isn't silent. Electromagnetic waves from planets and stars create sounds. NASA even recorded the creepy noises from Saturn's rings. Number 2, metal rains on other planets. On the exoplanet WASP-76b, it's so hot that it rains molten iron. Imagine needing an umbrella for that. Number 1, Earth's perfect tilt. Earth's 23.5-degree tilt gives us seasons. Without it, we'd have no spring or fall, just extreme cold or heat. Space is wild, right? Which fact blew your mind the most? Comment below and subscribe for more cosmic craziness.
Did you know that tea is the second most consumed drink in the world, right after water? But do you know where it all started? The origins of tea go back to ancient China, over 5,000 years ago. According to legend, Emperor Shen Nong discovered tea by accident. One day, while he was boiling water under a tree, a few leaves blew into his pot. And voila, tea was born. In the UK, people drink 165 million cups of tea every day. It's deeply embedded in British culture, especially the tradition of afternoon tea. At first, it was used as medicine, but eventually it became a daily ritual. Today, people drink tea in so many different ways. Green, black, oolong. What's your favorite? Thanks for watching. One day, your hair is full of color, and the next, boom, gray hairs start appearing. But why does this happen? Is it stress, genetics, or something even weirder? Let's find out. Hair gets its color from melanin, the same pigment that gives color to your skin and eyes. Your hair follicles have special cells called melanocytes that produce melanin and infuse it into your hair strands. But as we age, these cells slowly stop working, and when they shut down completely, your hair turns gray or even white. You've probably heard that stress turns your hair gray. But is it true? The answer is, kinda. Extreme stress can accelerate the loss of melanocytes by triggering an overactive response in your nervous system. But everyday stress? Not really. It's mostly genetics and aging. Ever notice that some people go gray in their 20s while others keep their natural color into their 60s? That's because genetics play the biggest role. But lifestyle matters too. Smoking, poor diet, and lack of certain vitamins, like B12, can speed up graying. Is there a way to bring color back? Scientists are working on it. Some studies show that repigmentation is possible under the right conditions, especially if graying was triggered by stress or illness. But for now, your best bet is hair dye, or embracing the silver fox look. So, when do you think you'll go gray? Or have you already spotted a few? Let me know in the comments. Chocolate. Sweet. Delicious. And over 4,000 years old? But did you know that it was originally a bitter drink? Or that it was once used as money? Let's dive into the crazy history of chocolate. The first people to use cacao were the Olmecs, Mayans, and Aztecs over 4,000 years ago. But their chocolate wasn't sweet. It was a bitter, spicy drink mixed with chili and corn. Aztecs even called it the drink of the gods. Cacao beans were so valuable that the Aztecs used them as currency. One bean could buy a tomato and 100 beans. A whole turkey! Imagine paying for groceries with chocolate. When the Spanish brought chocolate to Europe in the 1500s, they thought, this is great, but let's add sugar. And boom! Sweet chocolate was born. It became so popular that European royalty kept it a secret for almost 100 years. For centuries, chocolate was just a drink. But in 1847, a company in England made the first solid chocolate bar. And in 1875, Swiss chocolatiers created milk chocolate. By the 1900s, companies like Hershey's, Nestlé, and Cadbury made chocolate a global obsession. Today, we eat over 7 million tons of chocolate every year. That's as heavy as 40,000 blue whales. From bitter drinks to sweet treats, chocolate has an epic history. What's your favorite type of chocolate? Ever look up at a plane and wonder, how is that giant metal bird staying in the air? Well, here's the science behind it. Planes fly thanks to a combination of 4 forces: lift, weight, thrust, and drag. Lift is what pushes the plane up, created by the wings and their special shape, called an airfoil. When air moves faster over the top of the wing than underneath it, this creates lift. Thrust comes from the plane's engines, which push it forward. The faster it goes, the more lift it gets. And here's another fun fact. Turbulence? Totally normal. It's just like bumps on a road, but in the sky, so no need to freak out. What's your favorite thing about flying? Tiny snacks or the view?
Think your subway line is old? Let's dive into the top 5 oldest subway systems in the world, and some fun facts along the way. The Tremont Street Subway, which opened in 1897, was the first subway tunnel in the United States. It was initially constructed to relieve street-level congestion caused by Boston's extensive trolley network. When it first opened, Glasgow's subway was a cable-hauled system, meaning the trains were pulled along the tracks by an underground cable, a system similar to San Francisco's cable cars. Known as Metroline M1 or the Millennium Underground, it was the first electrified underground railway in continental Europe. It's only 573 meters, 1,880 feet, long and connects 2 districts on a steep hill in Istanbul, serving as more of a funicular than a modern metro. And number 1, London Underground. Opened in 1863, it's the granddaddy of subways. The first trains? They ran on steam. Imagine a subway filled with smoke.
Vinyl records. They're old, they're scratchy, and they're back. But how did this 1800s invention become a 21st century obsession? Let's spin the story. It started in 1877 when Thomas Edison invented the phonograph, which played sound from wax cylinders. But by the 1940s, vinyl records took over, stronger, clearer, and able to hold more music. It's wild. Every groove on a vinyl record is a physical wave. Literally, music carved into plastic. The needle rides those bumps, turning them into sound. No electricity needed to store it. Unlike MP3s, which compress music and lose detail, vinyl is analog, meaning it captures the full sound wave. That's why audiophiles say it feels warmer and more alive. Vinyl nearly vanished in the 90s thanks to CDs and streaming. But guess what? Vinyl sales hit a 30-year high in 2024, even outselling CDs in some countries. Longest vinyl ever, over 8 hours of music on one side. Vinyl can be pressed in any color, even glow in the dark. It's not just about the sound, it's about the ritual. Taking a record out, placing the needle, hearing the crackle, it's music you can touch. So whether you're into lo-fi beats or classic rock, vinyl offers a listening experience like no other. The moon has been orbiting Earth for over 4 billion years. But what if, suddenly, it disappeared? Let's break down the science of what would happen. The moon's gravity pulls on Earth's oceans, creating tides. If it disappeared, tides would be 75% smaller. This would disrupt marine ecosystems that rely on tidal flows. Some species depend on tides for survival, like crabs, sea turtles, and certain fish. A sudden change could lead to population declines. Right now, Earth is tilted at 23.5 degrees. The moon helps keep that tilt stable. Without it, Earth's axial tilt could shift chaotically over millions of years. This could mean unpredictable climate changes. One era with extreme ice ages, another with scorching heat. The moon reflects sunlight, making our nights about 14 times brighter than they would be without it. Astronomers would love it. Less light pollution. But for nocturnal animals that rely on moonlight, it would be a big problem. Some scientists think the moon played a role in stabilizing Earth's climate, which allowed complex life to evolve. If Earth's climate had been more chaotic, human evolution might have taken a completely different path, or not happened at all. So, while Earth wouldn't be immediately destroyed without the moon, over time, things would change dramatically. Our climate, oceans, and even life itself might look very different. Good thing it's still up there. What other space-related what-if questions should I cover next? Let me know in the comments. Have you ever wondered why elephants have huge ears? They're not just for looks. They're like Swiss Army knives for elephants. Let me explain. Elephants don't sweat or pant like humans, so their ears are their natural air conditioners. Blood flows through the thin skin in their ears, and when they flap them, it cools the blood by up to 10 degrees Fahrenheit. Imagine cooling your whole body just by wiggling your ears. Those ears can also create wind, like a built-in fan. African elephants can cool their massive bodies, even in the hottest weather, flapping their ears up to 25 miles per hour. Big ears also help them communicate. Elephants can use their ears to send signals, like warning others of danger or saying, "Hey, follow me!" It's like flashing giant road signs. Elephants can hear sounds from up to 10 miles away, and their ears help amplify those low-frequency rumbles. It's like having super-sensitive headphones on all the time. Did you know? African elephants have much bigger ears than Asian elephants. Why? African elephants live in hotter climates and need those extra large ears to stay cool. Asian elephants live in forests, so their smaller ears make it easier to navigate without getting stuck. From cooling systems to amplifiers to road signs, elephant ears are more than just giant flaps. They're incredible tools for survival. You use emojis every day. But did you know they started as tiny black and white symbols in Japan? Or that the first emoji set had no face emojis? Let's explore the unexpected history of emojis. Before emojis, people used text emoticons. The first one? A smiley, created in 1982 by a Professor Scott Fahlman who wanted to prevent online confusion. But these weren't enough. So Japan invented something new. In 1999, Japanese designer Shigetaka Kurita created the first emoji set, only 176 icons and 12 by 12 pixels. No faces, just simple symbols. But why? To help people express emotions in short text messages. For years, emojis stayed in Japan. But in 2011, Apple secretly added an emoji keyboard to the iPhone, instantly making them global. Ever notice your emoji looks weird on someone else's phone? That's because each company designs their own version. Your laughing emoji on iPhone might look completely different on Android. Now we have 3D animated emojis, AI-generated expressions, and even emoji reactions in VR. What's next? Maybe hologram emojis, or ones that react to your mood in real time. So next time you send an emoji, remember, you're using a piece of history. What's your most used emoji? Drop it in the comments. You think sharks are just mindless killers? Think again. Some can glow in the dark, walk on land, and they've been around longer than dinosaurs. Sharks have existed for over 400 million years. That means they survived 5 mass extinctions, including the one that wiped out the dinosaurs. They're basically the ocean's ultimate survivors. Some sharks are huge, like the whale shark, which can grow over 40 feet long. But the smallest shark, the dwarf lantern shark, fits in your hand. Some sharks glow in the dark thanks to bioluminescence. And there's a walking shark. The epaulet shark can survive low oxygen and walk across a land using its fins. Sharks can smell a drop of blood from miles away, but they also detect electrical fields from muscles moving in water. Basically, they have a sixth sense. Sharks constantly lose and regrow their teeth, up to 35,000 teeth in a lifetime. And the ancient megalodon's tooth, as big as your hand. Sharks are smart, vital for ocean health, and way cooler than movies make them seem. Ever wonder about plastic? We use it every day, but here are some surprising facts that might change the way you look at it. Did you know plastic can take up to 500 years to break down? So that plastic bottle you threw away? It could outlive your great-great-grandkids. There's a floating pile of plastic in the Pacific Ocean that's twice the size of Texas. Scientists call it the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, and it's only getting bigger. Fun fact: plastic was actually invented in the 19th century to save wildlife. Early plastics were meant to replace things like ivory, which was taken from animals. Biodegradable plastic exists, but it only breaks down in special conditions. So most of it just sits in landfills or oceans. Not exactly the miracle solution we hoped for. Did any of these facts surprise you? Cacti are not just spiky plants sitting in the desert. These guys are survival masterminds. Some cacti can store over 200 gallons of water in their tissues. That's like keeping a bathtub's worth of water. In a plant, it's how they survive months or even years without rain. Those sharp spines, not just for show, they're actually modified leaves that protect against animals and create shade to lower water loss. Some spines are even hooked like fish hooks to trap air and dew. Unlike most plants, cacti use CAM photosynthesis, meaning they breathe CO2 at night, when it's cooler, less water lost. The saguaro cactus can grow over 12 meters tall and live up to 200 years. It doesn't even grow arms until it's 70. Cactus fruit, like the prickly pear, is packed with vitamin C, antioxidants, and fiber. Dessert snacks that are actually good for you. Cacti are desert geniuses with survival skills that put most plants to shame.
Think the stock market is scary now? Let's talk about the worst day in Wall Street history. Black Tuesday, October 29th, 1929. On Black Tuesday, the market dropped by a whopping 12% in a single day. Investors lost billions. Imagine logging into your account and seeing everything gone. It wasn't the only bad day that week. Monday had been just as bad, but Tuesday was the final crash that threw the US into the Great Depression. Why did it happen? Basically, people had been borrowing tons of money to buy stocks. When prices started to dip, they panicked and sold, and the market collapsed like a house of cards. Bankers tried to save the market by buying loads of stock to keep prices up. But by Tuesday, it was too late. It took almost 25 years for the stock market to recover. What would you do if you saw your stocks crashing? Let me know in the comments.
Think Thomas Edison invented the light bulb? Not exactly. Let's shed some light on the real story. Edison didn't invent the light bulb. Over 20 inventors were working on electric lights before him. What he did was make the first practical, long-lasting version in 1879. So yeah, he improved it, but he didn't start it. The origins of light bulbs date back to 1802, when English inventor Humphrey Davy created the first kerosene bulb. It was a bulb made from a metal spool and a sheet. It was expensive, smoky, and impractical. Thomas Edison patented his brainchild on October 6, 1879. His design involved using 2 wires made of an iron core and a small piece of copper. This wire was placed in a glass bulb and surrounded by aluminum oxide to maintain a uniform level of pressure. When an electric current was applied to this system, a very small spark was initially created, which began the slow process of heating the bulb. The first bulb, patented by Edison, had very large dimensions. Its length was equal to 12 inches, and its width was 6 inches. With such a size, huge amounts of energy were needed to turn it on, which is why this bulb was considered a very expensive product. Modern LED bulbs use up to 85% less energy and can last for 20+ years. Some even change colors with your phone. There is a light bulb in the fire department at 4550 East Avenue in Livermore, California, that has been on almost continuously since 1901. It was turned off once, for 10 minutes, in 1976 during a fire. From kerosene to Wi-Fi controlled lights, bulbs have come a long way. Did you know that pumpkins are technically a fruit, not a vegetable? Yup, just like tomatoes. But there's more. Pumpkins have been grown in North America for over 5,000 years, long before pumpkin spice lattes became a thing. And get this. The largest pumpkin ever grown weighed over 2,700 pounds. That's heavier than a small car. Plus, every part of the pumpkin is edible. You can eat the skin, seeds, leaves, and even the stem, though that last one's probably not the tastiest. Oh, and those jack-o'-lanterns we carve every Halloween? That tradition started in Ireland, but they originally used turnips and potatoes. When people came to America, they switched to pumpkins because they were easier to carve. What's your favorite thing to do with pumpkins? Carve them or eat them? Ever seen a hummingbird up close? These tiny creatures are seriously amazing. Here are some cool facts about them. Hummingbirds beat their wings up to 80 times per second. That's so fast, it sounds like a buzz. Hence the name hummingbird. Some hummingbirds migrate over 3,000 miles. Imagine being the size of a ping pong ball and flying across the Gulf of Mexico. That's amazing. They need to eat constantly, every 10 to 15 minutes, just to survive. That's like drinking 1,000 sugary sodas a day. A hummingbird's heart can beat over 1,200 times per minute. That's faster than a human's even after a workout. So next time you see a hummingbird, remember, they might be tiny, but they're basically nature's superheroes. Ever wonder how hurricanes form? Let me break it down. Hurricanes are born over warm ocean waters, usually when the surface temperature is over 26 degrees Celsius, 80 degrees Fahrenheit. Warm water heats the air above it, causing it to rise and create a low pressure system. As this air rises, cooler air rushes in to replace it. This creates a spinning effect, thanks to something called the Coriolis effect, which is caused by Earth's rotation. Over time, the storm gets stronger as it pulls in more warm, moist air, and the winds start spiraling around a calm center called the eye of the hurricane. Did you know? The eye of a hurricane is actually eerily calm, with clear skies and almost no wind. But the eye wall around it has the strongest winds, sometimes over 150 miles per hour. Ever wondered why leaves change color in fall? Let me break it down. It's science, and it's beautiful. During spring and summer, leaves are green because of chlorophyll, the pigment that helps trees make food from sunlight. But in fall, the days get shorter, and trees stop making chlorophyll. When the green fades, other pigments hidden in the leaves take over. Carotenoids make yellows and oranges, and anthocyanins bring out reds and purples. It's like a tree's secret rainbow. Trees are getting ready for winter. By shedding their leaves, they save energy and protect themselves from freezing. It's their version of hibernation. Fun fact: the intensity of fall colors depends on the weather. Sunny days and chilly nights make the reds brighter. So if you love vibrant leaves, thanks like the weather. So, the next time you see fall leaves, remember, it's not just pretty. It's a survival strategy and a science experiment happening right in front of you. What's your favorite fall color? Red, orange, or yellow? Let me know in the comments. They're round, they're rubber, and they've got secrets. Here are incredible facts about tires you never knew. Tires are black, but they don't have to be. Originally, tires were white, the natural color of rubber, but carbon black was added in the early 1900s to make them stronger, last longer, and resist UV damage. It also made tires cheaper to produce. Most people think tires are just rubber circles, but modern tires are a high-tech sandwich of rubber, steel, textile, and even Kevlar. Yes, the same material in bulletproof vests. Your tires are tougher than you think. At highway speed, your tires rotate over 850 times per minute, and each tire supports a quarter of your car's weight, while constantly flexing, gripping, and adapting to road conditions. Ever noticed how every tire has a different tread design? It's carefully engineered. Some are designed to evacuate water, others for snow grip or fuel efficiency. It's like footwear for your car. Tires degrade with time, not just mileage. Even if they look fine, after 6 to 10 years, they can become dangerously brittle. F1 tires, wildly different. They can heat up to 120 degrees Celsius, 250 degrees Fahrenheit, and wear out in under 100 miles. Your tires? Built for 60,000 plus miles and all-weather use. Very different missions. Tires are one of the most underappreciated parts of your car, but without them, you're going nowhere. Penguins are adorable, but let's settle this once and for all. Do penguins have knees? The answer might surprise you, so stick around. Yes, penguins do have knees, but they're hidden inside their bodies. Their legs are covered in thick layers of feathers and fat, so it looks like they're just waddling on little stubs. Penguins waddle because their legs are short and set far back on their bodies. It's like walking on tiptoes while balancing a backpack. But hey, it might look clumsy, but it's super energy efficient for long walks on ice. Efficiency is key. Here's the cool part. Penguins' knees and legs help them swim too. Their webbed feet act like flippers, steering them through water at speeds up to 22 miles per hour. So, on land, awkward, but underwater, total Olympians. And get this. Penguins don't just have knees, they have ankles too. Their legs are longer than you think, but most of the leg is hidden beneath their feathers. Here's a shocker. Penguins can jump up to 6 feet out of the water onto the ice. Their powerful legs and knees work like springs, giving them a huge boost. From hidden knees to Olympic-level swimming and jumping, penguins are full of surprises. So next time you see a waddling penguin, remember, they've got knees under all that fluff. What's your favorite animal fact? Comment below and follow for more! Why do we sleep? And what's the deal with dreams? Buckle up, because the science of sleep is way crazier than you think. At night, your brain turns into a cleaning crew. It flushes out toxic waste built up during the day, like a literal brainwash. Without it, your brain gets clogged and you feel like a zombie. So, next time you're tired, remember, your brain needs its beauty sleep. Why do we dream? Scientists still aren't sure, but dreams might help us process emotions, solve problems, or practice for real-life situations. Ever noticed how your craziest dreams happen before big events? Or maybe your brain's just bored and throwing a wild movie night. During REM sleep, your brain is super active, almost as active as when you're awake. But here's the twist. Your body is paralyzed to stop you from acting out your dreams. Basically, it's like being awake in your mind but stuck in a frozen body. Spooky, right? Feeling sleepy? Blame your circadian rhythm. It's your body's internal clock. It's triggered by light, which is why staring at your phone late at night keeps you awake. Think of sleep as your brain's save button. While you sleep, your brain organizes and stores memories from the day. Without it, good luck remembering where you left your keys. Humans need 7 to 9 hours of sleep. But did you know dolphins sleep with half their brain awake? And giraffes? They only nap for 30 minutes a day. Meanwhile, koalas sleep 20 hours. Ultimate chill goals. Sleep is more than just rest. It's a full-on brain workout. So what's the weirdest dream you've ever had? Drop it in the comments. And follow for more fun facts. Why do we yawn? Is it because we're tired, bored, or is there more to it? Let's find out. One theory says yawning helps cool down your brain. It's like hitting the refresh button when your brain is overheated or working hard. Another idea? Yawning brings in more oxygen and gets rid of carbon dioxide. It's like a mini wake-up call for your body. Ever noticed that yawning is contagious? Scientists think it's a social bonding tool, showing empathy and connection between people. Yawning isn't just a human thing. Animals yawn too. Lions yawn to stay alert during hunts, and even your dog might yawn to relax. So, why do we yawn? It's a mix of science, social behavior, and maybe even a little mystery. Did I just make you yawn? Ever wondered why dogs tilt their heads like this? It's not just to look cute, though they're really good at it. Let me explain. When dogs tilt their heads, they're adjusting their ears to hear sounds better. It helps them pinpoint where a sound is coming from, like your voice or that sneaky treat bag. They might also be trying to see your face more clearly. A dog's muzzle can block part of their view, so tilting helps them read your expressions. Studies show that dogs tilt their heads more when they're trying to understand words they recognize. Basically, it's their thinking face. Sometimes they're just curious. Dogs are naturally inquisitive, and a head tilt is their way of saying, "What's that? Tell me more." Whether it's hearing better, seeing clearer, or just trying to understand us, head tilts are one of the many ways dogs show how smart and adorable they are. Cat eyes are mesmerizing, right? But there's more to them than just beauty. Here are some wild facts about cat eyes that will blow your mind. Ever wonder why cats can prowl around at night? Their eyes have a reflective layer called the tapetum lucidum. It bounces light back into their retina, making their night vision 6 times better than ours. Basically, your cat's eyes are like high-tech night vision goggles. Why are their pupils vertical? It's all about hunting. Vertical pupils help cats judge distance with insane accuracy. Perfect for stalking prey. So yeah, those cute eyes, total predator mode. Here's a twist. Cats are colorblind. They mostly see blues and greens, but no reds. To them, a red laser pointer looks grayish. Yet they still go crazy for that laser pointer. Priorities, right? When a cat blinks slowly at you, it's not just tired. It's saying, "I trust you." These slow blinks are basically cat kisses. Try blinking back and see what happens. Notice how your cat's pupils go from tiny slits to huge saucers. That's not just for light. Big pupils mean they're scared or excited, while tiny ones mean they're relaxed or ready to pounce. Every kitten is born with blue eyes. Their true color develops over a few weeks, and it's determined by the amount of melanin in their iris. More melanin equals darker eyes. From night vision to love blinks, cat eyes are full of secrets. Which fact surprised you the most? Let me know in the comments. Subscribe for more perfect facts. Why do we get goosebumps? Is it just because we're cold, or is there more to it? Let's find out. Goosebumps are actually an ancient survival mechanism. Back in the day, like way back, our ancestors had a lot more body hair. Goosebumps made the hair stand up to trap heat and keep them warm. Basically, your body was its own winter coat. Too bad we lost the fur, huh? Goosebumps also happen when we're scared or emotional. It's part of the fight or flight response. When a predator approached, raised hair made our ancestors look bigger and scarier. Think of it as your body's version of yelling, "Don't mess with me," even if all you're doing is watching a horror movie. Ever gotten goosebumps from a song or a powerful moment? That's your brain releasing dopamine, the feel good chemical, in response to something meaningful or beautiful. And it's not just us. Ever seen a cat with its fur puffed up? That's their version of goosebumps, a way to look bigger when they're scared or threatened. Why are they called goosebumps? Because they look like the skin of a plucked goose. Weird, but true. So next time you get goosebumps, remember, it's your body's way of protecting you, connecting you to your ancestors, and reminding you of life's powerful moments. Did you just get goosebumps from this video? Let me know in the comments. Did you know that mushrooms are more closely related to animals than plants? That's right. Unlike plants, mushrooms don't use sunlight to make food. Instead, they break down organic matter, just like animals do. And get this, the largest living organism on Earth is actually a fungus. It's a honey fungus in Oregon that spans over 3.5 miles, or 9 square kilometers. This massive underground network, called mycelium, helps trees communicate and share nutrients through something known as the Wood Wide Web. Yup, the forest is literally talking through mushrooms. Oh, and here's another fun fact. Some mushrooms can glow in the dark. Bioluminescent fungi, like the foxfire, produce a natural glow, lighting up forests at night. So, think hedgehogs are just adorable little balls of spikes? Let me blow your mind with some hedgehog facts. Hedgehogs roll into a tight ball when they're scared, thanks to over 5,000 spikes on their backs. Imagine carrying your armor everywhere you go. They roam up to 2 miles a night searching for food. That's like a human running a marathon. Every night. Don't let their tiny legs fool you. Hedgehogs can run up to 4 miles per hour. Impressive. When hedgehogs find a new smell, they lick it, mix it with saliva, and spread it on their spikes. Hedgehogs have been around for over 15 million years.